Welcome to the top of the morning show. It's your girl TT from the D. I want to thank you for rising and shining with us on this beautiful Thursday morning. I'm very well that you could have tuned in to any other podcast show, but you chose to unwind and rise up with your girl TT. I know that our listening audience is amazing. I just have to start to pay homage to my listeners and shout you out. Now, for those of you that live in countries that I'm not 100% familiar with, salute to you, and I'll do my very best, but I want to acknowledge people from this moment moving forward. I just think that it's just a right. So, I have listening audiences that listen to me via Anchor.fm, Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. I feel like I'm missing another one. iHeartRadio. I don't know if I said that, but if I did, oh well. So my listening audience ranges from the United States, Bahrain, India, Brazil, Germany, Canada, United Kingdom, Ireland, the Philippines, Italy, New Zealand, right? Like what? Poland. Yeah, can you believe that? Puerto Rico, Japan, Indonesia, Australia, Saudi Arabia, Ukraine, Argentina, Finland, Mexico, Romania, Bulgaria, Israel, France, the Netherlands, Switzerland, Bangladesh. I've been saying that, I believe, wrong. Somebody can correct me if you know I'm saying it wrong, but Bangladesh. Azerbaijan, which is Azerbaijan, just in case I'm not pronouncing it right. Kyrgyzstan, and that's Kyrgyzstan. Don't know exactly how to pronounce that, but I want to acknowledge you. Spain, Laos, Russia, Denmark, Egypt, Guam, Lebanon, Maldives, Kuwait, Republic of Lithuania, Dominica, Angola, Vietnam, Serbia, Portugal, Tunisia, Czech Republic. And I would love to let you know that I am aware of the following statistics and analytics. We have listeners, of course, through Spotify. There's 29%. There's 23% through web browsing. There's 20% through Spotify. 5% through Apple Podcasts, 4% through iHeartRadio, 4% through Amazon Music, and 15% for unidentified. Right? I would love to share that 49% of my listeners are women, 45% are men, 6% didn't decide to share with us. So that's fine. When I tell you to share those statistics is phenomenal. I'm super excited and I'm grateful for each and every listener. Well, this morning on this Thankful Thursday, and I am thankful, we're going to talk about the word that's very small. It's only 5 letters. It's called trust. You would like to think that you know what trust means. I would like to think that we all know what trust means. Even from a child, we are taught about trust. Trusting your parents, trusting your family, trusting your friends, who not to trust. But what if you don't really understand what trust represents? So let's break down, according to the dictionary, trust, the noun and the verb, okay? The noun version. Number 1, firm belief in the reliability, truth, ability, or strength of someone or something. Relations have to be built on trust. Number 2, law. An arrangement whereby a person, a trustee, holds property as it is nominal owner for the good of one or more beneficiaries. A trust was set up. Okay? That's the noun version of it. We're going to break down the verb version of it. Believe in the reliability, truth, ability, or strength of one. I should never have trusted her, right? If you put it in a sentence, right? Then you could talk about allow credit to a customer. Yeah, I'm going to give you credit for this car in advance. This car could cost $20,000, but I'm going to trust that you are going to make a monthly payment of whatever the amount is to pay off that debt. Right? Yeah. That's a good way to look at it. But what is the real meaning of trust? A sure reliance on the character of a human being that you know and love or respect. The ability, the strength that they carry to do the right thing. How many of you have trusted somebody and they let you down and you're like, oh my God. On the flip side of that, how many people have trusted you? Because let's be transparent. I believe in being fair. How many of you have been trusted and you let down people who have trusted you? Right? What is the main purpose of trust? Here we go. A trust traditionally is something that we learn as children. And I say as children because when a baby is picked up, they got to trust that you're not going to drop them. They got to trust that when they're hungry, you're going to feed them. They got to trust that when you're thirsty, you're going to quench their thirst. Right? They're counting on you. They're believing in you. Because if you don't follow up on what they believe you can do or will do, then they fail. Trust is a way of looking at somebody and saying, listen, I'm laying all my eggs in one basket. I'm going to bet. You know that game we play at the casino or Russian roulette? I'm going to bet that the odds are against me or I'm against the odds. What is the Bible definition of trust? We can sway back and forth. But in Proverbs 3 and 5, it says to trust in the Lord means more than believing in who He is and what He says. The word here for trust can also mean to have confidence in. Having confidence in something or somebody means assurance, right? That leads to action, trusting in them or their plan. Now, let's kind of talk about what is trust in a relationship. To trust means to really depend on, rely on someone because you feel safe with them and have confidence that they will carry out that small or huge task at all costs. See, trust is the foundation of a relationship, whether you like to admit it or not, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It really is. Without trust, what would you have? For those of you that are married, I would clearly believe, I wouldn't take a wager on it. And not because I'm doubting, because I'm like, you couldn't afford it. I clearly believe that if you married your wife or you married your husband, that you trust them. Not trusted, but trust them. That they're going to make the best decision, not only for themselves, but for you and if you have a child or children. They know that they can depend on you. They feel that they can depend on you, but can they? Can they rely on you? Because when the going gets tough, the tough gets going, they say, right? So if I trust that you're going to do the right thing, I got to just lean on that. I can't trust and say, I can't say, oh, I trust that he's going to do the right thing. Or I trust that she's going to do the right thing and then worry about it. No, we can't do that. And that's part of the problem that we deal with as human beings. We say, yeah, I trust you. I believe in you. But then we're behind you like a parent teaching their child how to ride a bike. Right? Now, initially, the child knows they're trusting. See, here we go. Great analogy. The child is trusting that mom or dad or whomever is not going to let me fall. They're going to be behind me, so if I start to get wobbly, shaky, if I feel unsure, they're going to catch me so I don't hurt myself. But at some point, mom, dad, that loved one who's teaching you to ride that bike has to say, I'm going to fall back. Because I got to trust that they're going to learn to balance themselves. And they're going to fall, but they're going to get back up and feel confident. Like, you know what? I almost got it. See, trust isn't just for us adults. No. Trust is even for children. Because children have to learn to trust you. They have to trust themselves. And if they don't, then they'll end up being people grown-ups like you and I that's like, yeah, that didn't quite work out. Right? That didn't quite work out for us. We're trusting, but the trust is lost. So we have to learn to trust one another. Learn to trust the process. We talk about that. You hear that. It's cliche. But do you understand it? Do you mean it? Do you believe it? Do you really want to? These are all rhetorical questions at this moment. Right? What can I share with you about this trust word? Well, I'll tell you this. When you break someone's trust, it's hard to get it back. Because, see, it's already hard to give it to you, right? It's already hard to give it to you. So, we like to say, you got to earn my trust. You do. That's not being funny. That's not being shady. That's not something that we take lightly. Whether you are in a relationship with the opposite sex or the same sex, because the world in which we live, we make our own decisions to do what's best for us. So if you're in a platonic relationship or you're in a romantic relationship, it could be a relationship with your family, with your friends, with your co-workers, your classmates, your employer, your employees. It goes on and on. The list goes is endless. You choose to trust. Do you trust? Why should you trust? These are all questions we can ask ourselves. We can set ourselves up to receive the answer, but whose answer is it? Is it the answer that you already gave yourself? So then at the end of the day, are you really trusting someone? Are you really giving them a fair shot, the opportunity? That's rhetorical again. Trust is something that should not just be given just because I know you, I love you, you're a relative. Who cares? Don't you know that those same people are the same people that break your heart? So, if you say, you got to earn my trust, I got to know that I can trust you. I got to know without a reasonable doubt that I can trust you. Then that's what you got to do. You figure that out. And our job, ladies and gentlemen, it's not to run and say, look at me. Oh, do you see me? Do you see that I'm trustworthy? Okay, so I'm really looking at you when you say that, and I'm really not sure. But it's the looking when you don't know we're looking that matters. It's the doing without knowing you're doing it, or you knowing someone's doing it. Just that naturalness. And you know, as we would say, yeah, I mess with them. Yeah, I could dig it. Because they're not worried about acceptance being measured by her, him, them, they, all that, right? They're just saying, hey, I'm a good person. I'm just trying to do what I know God will be appeased for. And that, my friend, is what we're looking for when we start talking about trust, because we got to trust God. God already gave us his trust. Often we betray it. But guess what? He doesn't seek to destroy us or kill us or set us up. That's the human way. That's some of y'all human way. That's not God's way. So I leave you with this small message. Learn to trust. Step out on faith with trust. If and when you discover someone that you cannot trust, then you know you cannot trust them. Don't force something that's not natural. People will forever laugh in your face, tell you what you want to hear, because we have a lot of yes men and a lot of yes women. Some will admit it. Some will say, I ain't nobody yes man, yes girl. Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. I would love to say, and the fact that you gotta tell us that makes me know, but that's not 100% true. The fact that you feel like you gotta tell us that sometimes can mean, let me remind your ass before you come for me, or try me. I'm not a fish, so don't cast your iron this way. Because if I do take onto the bait, I'm coming up to bite that ass. But fish don't normally do that, so people, when they cast the bait, they don't think about that. But the next time you decide that you want to betray someone, laugh in their face and set them up because of your own hidden agendas. Just think about, what if that fish could bite my ass when you're baiting it? When you see somebody, and a lot of times you already know why she don't mess with you. A lot of times you already know why he don't mess with you. A lot of times you already know why they don't mess with you. And on the flip side, you already know why you don't mess with her. You already know why you don't mess with him. You already know why you don't mess with them. It's a two-way street. When you go out and you choose to lollygag, as some would say, and play the game, that's exactly what you're doing, playing the game. And don't be mad when you lose. Don't be pissed. Accept it, because you chose to enter the game. You chose to sign up and line up and say, I got a strategy. Or, yeah, that happened to you, it won't happen to me. What makes you different, sir, man, boy, girl? That's rhetorical. I don't want to know. All I want to remind you is that trust has to be earned. It should not be freely given. You should watch with your naked eye. You should watch with your carnal eye. You should watch with your spiritual eye. Sometimes we see things with the human eye that it's really not real, because people learn how to manipulate and show you what you want because they're coming. You got people so crafty, they'll pay people to say, let me know when they pull up. Let me know what they're wearing. Okay, they may have never seen you. They're coming in this kind of car. When they check in, let me know what this. It gets so sticky, so nasty, you wouldn't believe it. But some of y'all are so green. Some of y'all are so naive. I'm looking like, wow. And I used to be there until God started revealing, until God started exposing. And let me tell you, it's not nothing beautiful. It's not nothing pretty. It's not nothing cute. It's hurtful. It's ugly. It's damn right disrespectful. But sometimes you got to come face to face with that thing and recognize behind that two-way glass, except they don't see you seeing them. Remember that. They don't see you seeing them. So now, do you tip your hand, or do you sit back in your rocking chair and say, I see you, and let me play my position? Well, that's all I got for you on this Thankful Thursday. And I am so thankful for this Thankful Thursday. It's another day amongst the living, and I am grateful that my family, my friends, my mom, myself, we rose up and God chose life for us. Until tomorrow, which is Find Out Friday, this is your girl TT from the D, and I'll see you soon.